Hey class, my name is Alexis Musgrove, and today I would like to share with you the lessons I learned as a kid. Have you ever just thought, man, I wish I could be a kid again? I know I did for sure a lot of times. Being an adult can be difficult most of the time. So I thought back to my childhood, just thinking I had a lot of good memories and wish I could go back to some parts of my life as a kid. The first lesson I learned was to never have an attitude. First of all, attitude is my middle name. Growing up, I would always get into arguments about anything and everything, no matter what it was. If I had to go somewhere that I didn't want to go, if I had to do something that I didn't want to do, arguments just about every day. My mom told me that I was never really much of a happy kid. I was always upset. I guess this explains that. Always arguing. So I was always getting defensive when it came to things like that I didn't want to do, and I'd always end up getting in those arguments with my parents. So growing up, I learned not to argue as much because it's not worth it with anybody. The second lesson was to wash my own dishes. After dinner or whichever meal I was eating, I'd go set my dishes in the sink and then walk away. My mom would always say, young lady, come back. Those are your dishes. You need to wash them. It's your responsibility. But I'm thinking, why do I have to wash them? You're my mom. They're really your dishes. You own them. Aren't you going to wash them for me? Not the case at all. The next lesson I learned was to do my own laundry. My mom taught me how to use the washer and dryer, so I was very capable of knowing how to do my own laundry. If I didn't do my laundry, I was going to have to walk around in old, smelly, dirty clothes, and I did not want to be out in public like that. So, clothes do not wash themselves. I learned that lesson, and I'm pretty good about cleaning my own clothes now. The third lesson I learned was to eat my food. Over the past couple years, I've landed plenty of babysitting jobs, and the kids would always end up telling me, I'm hungry. Okay, so they're hungry. So I either make them food or I order a pizza. But then they end up not eating it, and I didn't really understand. But then I was thinking back, and I thought, man, I did that as a kid with my brothers and my cousins. So it would be both my brothers and my cousins. We'd be sitting at the table in my grandparents' house, whether it was Christmas or Thanksgiving or just any other night of the week. And we'd have dinner ready. We each get a plate of food, and my grandma would tell us that we need to eat our food. And I was like, well, of course we're going to eat our food. We're hungry. Well, that's why. Kids always say they're hungry, but then they end up not eating. So my grandma found these gold stars, and she traced them out onto regular computer paper, and then she would write eager eater star on it, and then she'd write your name and then the date. If you finished all of your food, you got the star. If you got the star, you got dessert. I think this was by far my favorite lesson learned because I love food, and of course I wanted to get dessert, so I would eat my entire plate of food. Sometimes even go back for seconds. The next lesson I learned was to clean my room. Cleaning my room does not mean taking anything and shoving it under the bed or throwing it in the closet or putting it somewhere it does not belong. Everything has a place. My mom would tell me to clean my room, and once I was done, I'd have to tell her so she could come in and check it. If she didn't like it, I'd have to do it again and again and again. Eventually, over time, I got better about cleaning my room, but it had to be to her liking. I couldn't go out until my room was clean. I couldn't go to the mall or the movies or go to a friend's house. Things had to be clean first. So basically, I thought to myself, are these lessons ever going to end? Is it going to stop? No, it's not. Over your entire lifetime, you're going to learn lessons, whether it's with family, friends, your personal life, at work especially. You learn a lot of different things about a lot of different people over a really long period of time. So I came across this quote from Goodreads.com. It says, "The world is what you think of it, so think of it differently and your life will change." Growing up, I thought, man, the world is this really, really cruel place and I can't do anything. But that's because of what I was doing. If I wanted it to change, I had to do something about it. So I did.